as I've already told you over the last month or so, I already went through all of these history books, created these the different categories here for the different wars, and started displaying some books, etc. Freed up a lot of space by getting rid of stuff that didn't make sense. Also went through all of the business econ management books, left with very few. Pretty empty shelf up there, and all of the different religion books as well. As you can see, it's much more spare. I'm not done completely organizing this or the history. The history needs to be broken down into local history, California history, U.S. history. I think there's books about other history of other countries, other states, that kind of thing. So that still needs to happen, but still, even where it is now, looks so much better. And religious, and then so this is the new exciting news in the store. As you can see, I'm in my second bookstore. I've been working on the arts and crafts section, which, if you remember, just kind of randomly seeing it, or I talked about it as well, it's much better now. It was packed. I mean, packed, stacked up books, out of order, all that kind of stuff. Lots of books that I ended up pulling from here, and I found some that I'm going to list and sell on eBay. But I ended up with all of these for arts and crafts. So I've got what I'm going to end up doing is putting a big arts and crafts sign here. And for now, this whole section is just going to be arts and crafts. And as you can see, we have room to grow into it. At the bottom, I also have music, but this is all different stuff. So we got books about different art museums and exhibitions, adult coloring books, art history, books about art, artists, and then here, more art museums. We have crafts, all different types of crafts. There's things like glass, some books about glass. What was that one? Drawing, interior design, other art mediums, photography, painting, sewing, and of course music. So broke it all down so now people can find it a little easier, although it's a little bit of a pain for people to see the signs, the categories, just because the books are all different sizes. So that's annoying, but at least it's organized. And then over here, I've started organizing. I've got astronomy, I've got animals. The gardening one, I'm not sure if I get any more gardening books, then I will create a section for it. This is all humor books. And now, as you can see though, I've freed up, so much space. So this is great because I'll be able to grow into it and have a lot of different categories for books so people can find stuff quicker and have an easier, smoother time navigating through the store and browsing. Now I'm jumping into travel. I've just started on the bottom shelf, a bunch of travel books, self-empowerment. I guess that's like self-help, new age, culture, ethnic studies. So games and puzzles. So there's a bunch over here. This is going to be the end of most of the nonfiction books that I'm going through. There's still cookbooks, technically, and then I'm on to the fiction. But let me know what you think. Does it look better? I think it does. To me, it's annoying that the books are different sizes, especially a lot of the art and craft books tend to be big. So that's just what it is. Like compared to over here, compared to the history books, there's way less history books that are bigger because they're not needing big books to show photos and drawings and that kind of thing. Same with religious books. So that tends to be the case when it comes to art and craft books. And it's going to be the case for some of the travel books as well. Although I'm finding stuff that's mixed in here that is not travel, which is not a surprise. And it's not a surprise that I'm coming across more signed books, more rare books, and we're going to put those on eBay. So it's exciting to keep this process moving and imagining finally getting through all of this and having it organized so that when people walk in here, they can really find stuff quicker. And now on to some sales that I got. Excuse me, it is Wednesday, so these were sales that I got over the last 24 hours. I had 3 Amazon merchant fulfilled sales and then 3 eBay sales. But there's 3 of them that were pretty nice, higher priced items. So on Amazon, I sold this Elvis's Own Story, If I Can Dream book. Not worth selling. Although I thought I would get a lot more money, but the price went way down, and then I ended up selling it for like $10. But it was, what do you call it? The prices are now back up above $30. So yeah, I didn't get what I thought I would, but that's okay. I still got 10 bucks for it. And then I sold this CD, which I don't know where I got it from. But this was under $10, so nothing worth looking for. It was an older one. All three of the sales were items I listed a while ago, including this book, Beware the Cat, the first English novel. This actually sold for just under $50, like $48 and change. So definitely be on the lookout for this. Again, this is all Amazon Merchant Fulfilled sales, not FBA. Merchant Fulfilled. Amazon Merchant Fulfilled is essentially like eBay. You just don't have to take the photos. But you do have to contend with all of the repricing nonsense that Amazon has on there. I gotta say, guys, I'm not a big fan of Amazon selling platform as a reseller, even for anything really. It's just not. It's not a from a lot of perspectives. But I had a customer who gave me a low rating because I wouldn't refund him his. Well, it's not that I wouldn't. It was illogical. He said he got the book and it was missing some pages. I said, "Oh, initiate a return," that kind of thing. But then he left me a negative message anyway, or a negative rating. Anyway, it just with eBay, it's a lot easier to communicate with people, and you can be on top of that stuff. And there's photos and all that stuff. So I understand why people want to sell on Amazon because it's a big platform, and there's a lot of YouTube videos about it and people talking about selling on there. But eBay is a lot simpler, and you can control it more, and it's more focused on the seller, not entirely focused on the buyer. So now I also sold this lot of 3 books that I got in a trade in my store. When did I do that trade? That was this year. That was back in March. But it turns out I didn't get much for them. I took an offer of $20. Thought I would get more. They're called the Society of Illustrators. These are annuals that they put together. And so there's 3 of them in there. Sold that for 20 bucks plus shipping. So not a terrible sale, but still, it took up some space for a while and then didn't sell for as much. But sometimes you have to find out whether things will actually sell for what you think they will. So that was a learning experience. Now these are the 2 better eBay sales. This one here is from those mostly, this is a soundtrack, international soundtrack, the original complete motion picture soundtrack right there of this one, Inferno Paradiso, Piero. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Italian, obviously. If you find this one, definitely pick it up. I sold it for $39.49, and I had listed for more, but I am more than happy to sell it for that amount. So a great sale. That was free. That was from a bunch of soundtracks, classical and jazz CDs that I got, a total of 10 boxes a little while back, well, last year. And then this one was from one of the many books that I've pulled off of the shelves in my second store that is signed. This one happens to be signed by the author. And this one ended up selling for $125 plus shipping. Wings Over the World, The Life of George Jackson Meade. I assume it's World War II. Or maybe it was World War I. I'm not sure, but it is inscribed and signed by him. So I ended up taking an offer. I had it listed for $200. More than happy to take $125 for it. And ended up making, let's see, ended up with a net profit of $105. So really nice sale. And I would just, be on the lookout for older books to see if they're signed by the author, because those can be worth some really good money. Understand that they can take longer to sell, but I would say it's worth it. And the better you get at finding those, the more potential money you can make off of those older books. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.